This is the Aura Lightning Cat. It comes with an 82 kilowatt hour battery with an estimated 450 kilometer range. It weighs 2,160 kilos or around about 4,800 pounds. And I think we've got a winner here. It either wins the weirdest or the coolest Chinese EV of the year. Hello my friends, welcome to the electric Viking. Viking here has taken a bit of a beating. I came off my BMX bike when I was riding with my sons, Jack and Kel. And I think I took about a similar beating to what General Motors took in the fourth quarter of 2021. So here's some of the injuries. Can't really see them, but I'll put up a photo of after I stacked it. I hit my head pretty hard. My helmet, full face helmet, fortunately, smashed into my mouth and had a bit of blood coming out of my mouth. But if I hadn't had the full face helmet on, then my face would have been a mess. I probably would be literally dead. Seriously. I hit the ground pretty hard. What else? We got the knee here. That's probably the worst one, and unfortunately I've also got a nice bruise on the arm there, and I've broken a couple of ribs, so it is kind of painful to breathe or to do anything right now, to be honest. But anyway, nobody waits. Time waits for no man, as they say. So we're back to it. I've been wanting to show you guys this car, the Aura electric car that's coming soon. Why have I been wanting to show it to you? The reason is because I just found out the price. Now, there's a lot of cars coming onto the market in China or announced, and I think, well, this is great. This is great. And I think I'm going to show you guys this car. This is a really cool car. And then there's no price. And to me, if there's no price, I think it's just not that relevant. It's sort of like, yeah, that's nice, but can I afford it? Can I buy it? Is it going to come to my country? Yes, that's a good thing. That's why I think this car's interesting. Now, there is a price, number one, and number two, Aura are already selling their cars in Europe, in Thailand, in a number of, they're coming to other countries soon. Their plan is to sell worldwide. So yes, you will be able to buy one of these cars. Now, why else do I want to show you this car? Well, it's a really good price for starters. But secondly, it is the weirdest, maybe the weirdest looking car you can buy. And it kind of fascinates me for that reason. However, it's actually really a practical car. And if you look at the price, the size of this car, the range, it's really something that I think if you're smart, you'll actually consider. So this kind of wannabe Porsche Panamera was recently spied testing. So this is the production version. This is what it's actually going to look like. Now, the funny thing about this is obviously this is a bit of a copy of the Porsche Panamera, which to be honest, I don't mind, who cares? But I think it's weird. It's interesting. It's cool, but not cool. I don't know what to make of it. Let me know what you think of it. But the interesting thing is that Aura, well, they did kind of copy the Volkswagen Beetle. You might have seen the copy they did of that. Amazingly, Volkswagen have done nothing about that. They haven't tried to sue Aura or anything like that, which is amazing. So this here is Aura's new electric car, which is coming to a number of countries around the world. Now, in case you missed it, Aura is Great Wall Motors' electric car brand. And in December of last year, they sold about 24,000 electric vehicles. That's quite a lot. That would put them on course to sell maybe 300,000 this year, making them one of the largest electric vehicle manufacturers in the world. Now, the brand is already well known for their other EV called the Good Cat, which is on sale in a number of different markets. If you haven't seen the Good Cat, check it out. I made a video about that vehicle. I'll put a link in the description below to that car. It's a really well-priced vehicle, which is sort of similar to the Dolphin, the BYD Dolphin. And it's also very affordable. Now, I think the front of this car looks a little bit Porsche 911, looks a little bit like the Aura Good Cat. The rear looks a little bit like the Porsche Panamera. And I don't know, something else. I'm not sure what it is. I'm seeing something else there though. Now, the interior, I have to say, it's clearly not a Porsche Panamera. But for the price, $31,000 US. That's the base model. I've got to say this interior looks really, really impressive. I'm a big fan of that interior, especially at that price, at that money. I mean, you've got to say that dash, it looks like it's a leather covered dash. It's laid out in a really kind of just a luxurious way. I like the fact that they've got that screen at the middle there. Looks like a 15-inch screen, could be a 12-inch screen. And then of course they've got the driver's screen as well. Now, what car thinks that the interior makes it look a lot like a Mercedes AMG GT on the interior? You've got to say, it's interesting to see, isn't it, that a lot of the Chinese car manufacturers are doing interiors really, really well. They used to do them really badly. They've completely changed that now. They've gone from bad to some of the best in the industry. So how big is this vehicle? It's actually quite large considering the price is only $31,000 US. It's 4,871 millimeters long, so nearly 4.9 meters long. It's 1,862 millimeters wide, nearly 1.9 meters wide, and 1,600 millimeters in height. 1.6 meters high. Its wheelbase is 2,670 millimeters, or about 2.7 meters. So that does mean it's a bit smaller than the Porsche Panamera. But what cars does it actually compare to in terms of size? Well, what about the Honda Civic? The Honda Civic is 4,678 millimeters. So it's it's more than 200 millimeters longer than the Honda Civic. Plus, it's 62 millimeters wider than the Civic, and it's 85 millimeters taller than a Civic. In addition, the wheelbase is longer as well by 140 millimeters. What about the Honda Accord? Well, it's much more similar in terms of overall dimensions to the Honda Accord. The Accord is 4.9 meters, so very similar there, 19 millimeters shorter for the Aura Lightning Cat. And then the width is 1,862. Actually, they're exactly identical. Basically, if you see a Honda Accord, this is the same dimensions as this vehicle, but of course, because this is more like a liftback, a station wagon, and a van, whatever you want to call them, it's going to be a lot more practical in terms of the interior space. It's going to be a lot bigger. The other reason the interior space is going to be a lot bigger, it's an EV. Now, the Lightning Cat, it's actually been around for about a year now, but we're now starting to see the production versions of this car. So it sounds like it's going to come on sale, from what I'm seeing in China, in March next year. Other countries to follow soon. The car is actually going to be displayed at the Beijing Auto Show next month in its official production guise. The price will be 200,000 RMB or 31,470 US. Now, even though this thing, I have to say, is weird, I love it. And it appeals to me for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's so different or because I think it's a really practical shape, or I don't know what it is, or the price. I mean, the price is pretty compelling as well. Question for you guys. If you could buy one of these with a range of, say, 450 kilometers for $31,500, would you consider it? I've got to say, I would seriously consider it if that was a possibility here in Australia. Would you consider that in the US or in Europe? Is this something you would consider? Obviously, these cars are going to go on sale in other countries soon. So is it something that is this a car that you will consider? And let's say it was on the market now. Would you prioritize this over other vehicles? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm intrigued to know what you guys think of it and what you think of the style as well. Have a good day. See you again. Bye-bye.